Tonight, you'll put your child to sleep in a separate room. You'll close the door. You'll switch on the baby monitor and go have some tea. Now take it all away. No walls, no door, no monitor. Just you, the night, and predators out there, where the firelight ends. And here's the number. Almost 1 in 2 children didn't live to 5. Most people think what saved children was a mother's love. The truth is far stranger. It wasn't the mother, and not the father. First, understand what our ancestors were up against. The human infant is the most helpless newborn on the planet. A foal stands on its legs an hour after birth. A baby monkey clings to its mother's fur on its own and rides along. But a human baby can do nothing, not even hold its head up. Scientists call this altriciality, extreme immaturity at birth. By the standards of other primates, we're all born premature. If a human matured in the womb as it should, pregnancy would last about 20 months. But such a head won't pass. The pelvis won't let it. So nature made a compromise. Born earlier, mature outside. They call it the metabolic hypothesis. The baby comes out the moment the mother can no longer fuel it. And this immature little bundle depends entirely on others. Years, not weeks, years of complete helplessness. No other animal invests so much time in a single offspring. And here's the stakes. Alone, a mother can't pull such a child through. Physically, she can't. And now you'll understand why. The baby's first enemy isn't the predator, it's its own body. Immune defense is almost none. Any infection can kill. The only shield is mother's milk. And the ancient mother nursed not a year, but 2, 3, sometimes longer. Milk gave antibodies, water, food, and warmth all at once. But long nursing had a second, hidden role. While the mother nurses, she almost cannot get pregnant again. The body sets a pause on its own. It's the natural interval between births. So a gap of 3 to 4 years arose between children. And that was the salvation. 1 baby in arms, not 3 at once. And now the most dangerous moment in a child's life. Not birth, not the first winter, but weaning. Archaeologists learned to see this moment right in the bones. From nitrogen isotopes in teeth and bones, you can see when a child switched from milk to food. And here's what they found at 2 ancient settlements in Anatolia. In one, children were weaned around a year. In the other, near 2. Were they weaned earlier, child mortality was noticeably higher. Weaned earlier, stripped of protection earlier. Milk ran out, and the most vulnerable period began. Foreign food, foreign microbes, a weak stomach. Many children didn't survive that very transition. So the ancient mother dragged out weaning as long as she could. But nursing 3 years is 3 years you yourself are bound to the child. So who got the food? Who watched her back? This is where the strangest part begins. We're used to the picture. Mother, father, child, the family core. Well, for almost all of human history, that picture didn't exist. The child wasn't raised by a couple. It was raised by the whole tribe. Anthropologists have an exact term, cooperative breeding. It means many feed, carry, and guard the infant, not just the mother. Aunts, sisters, teenagers, older children, camp neighbors. Scientists call these helpers alloparents, almost parents. Anthropologist Sarah Hrdy showed, without them, humans as a species wouldn't have survived. Our ancestors literally couldn't raise children alone. And now a surprise that breaks the template. Who do you think was the main helper? The father? A large cross-cultural review gave an unexpected answer. The father's influence on child survival was surprisingly weak. Only in a third of cases did the father's presence change anything. It's not that fathers were bad. It's that men were often out hunting, traveling, or already dead. Hunting is meat sometimes, and a baby must be fed every day. So the one who saved the child was someone always nearby, someone we've almost written off today. The same review showed who really kept children alive. It was the female line. And one person more important than all, the grandmother. Sounds ordinary, but in evolution, it's almost a miracle. Look at other animals. The female reproduces and soon dies old. Orcas and humans have a rare thing, a long life after childbearing ends. In a woman, fertility ends near 50, but she can live decades more. From the pass your genes and leave view, it's nonsense. Why would nature feed someone who no longer gives birth? The answer came from the so-called grandmother hypothesis. Anthropologist Kristen Hawkes studied the Hadza people in Tanzania. They're hunter-gatherers living almost like our ancestors. And she noticed, the older women work more fiercely than anyone. Grandmothers spend all day digging roots, carrying food, minding grandkids. While the mother is busy with the newborn, the grandmother feeds the older one. Extra calories from grandma are one more grandchild that survives. They counted. Near an active grandmother, children grew faster and died less. And here's the conclusion that turns everything upside down. Menopause isn't a malfunction. It's an evolutionary strategy. For a woman, it became better to stop having her own children and invest in her children's children. Genes pass on more reliably this way than through another hard birth. So we're the grandchildren of grandmothers who gave up bearing children for us. Human long old age isn't an accident. It's a tool for children's survival. A tribe without elders lost its main support. And now imagine the environment gets harsher. What then? The harder life got, the closer people held to one another. A modern study compared dozens of peoples. Where the environment was harsher, the mother got more helpers, not fewer. In hunger, cold, danger, the tribe contracted around its children. Because alone, survival there was simply impossible. This changed the very way of caring for a child. The infant wasn't laid apart. It was carried on the body all day. The adult's body warmed, rocked, and soothed it nonstop. At night, everyone slept together in a heap of bodies by the fire. A separate crib in a dark room would have killed such a baby in one night. Cold, predator, no one would hear. The ancients understood this. But the harshness had a dark side too. Sometimes there wasn't enough food for everyone. And then came a choice we're afraid to imagine. If twins were born, often there was nothing to feed both. If a new baby came too early, the older one wasn't yet strong. In the hungriest times, the tribe might not let one survive to save the others. It wasn't cruelty. It was the arithmetic of survival. Cold, terrible, but honest for that world. Every surviving child cost someone sacrifice, labor, and risk. A baby's life wasn't something taken for granted. Every day it was wrested from death by dozens of hands. And now return to that same quiet room from the beginning. The doors close, the child sleeps, the baby monitor hisses softly, and you're one-on-one with it, completely alone. You feel the exhaustion piling up and think, I'm a bad parent, I can't cope, something's wrong with me. But look at what we just saw. For 300,000 years, one child wasn't raised by two people. It was raised by the whole tribe. Mother, grandmother, aunts, sisters, neighbors. They carried in turns, fed in turns, stayed awake in turns. And today, all of it fell on the shoulders of two, or one. Your exhaustion is not weakness and not a malfunction. It's an attempt to do alone what a whole tribe did for 300,000 years. You're not a bad parent. You were just left without your tribe. And maybe the big question today isn't how to do it all alone, but where to find those who will carry the child together with you. Who were your grandmothers and aunts? Write in the comments who helped you. And if it was interesting, subscribe. Here, each time we strip away the modern and see who we really were.